now in Assam
So
and
Kerala
Kerala.
generally votes in large numbers. 3 out of 4 registered voters come out, so expected to be around the 75% mark. Might be a couple of percent more, might be a couple of percent less. Assam is going to be interesting also, how many voters come and show up. Traditionally, more the people that came out to vote would indicate that people are upset with the existing government. But that no longer applies. In elections I have seen in the past few years, people who are fans of the current government come out and vote in great numbers as well. So who knows? We'll have to figure this out as we get closer to the results. But at this point of time, important battles are going on in Kerala and Assam. Let's open up that conversation. I'm going to try to get my colleague Samba back into this broadcast to give us an indication of what is taking place. Meanwhile, Preeti Priyadarshini, Kalyani Shankar, Gautam Mukherjee, Yamuna Pathak, all joining us on the broadcast as well. So we'll get Sambhav, as soon as we get the reporters back, we'll go back to get you a touch base. So let me take that opportunity, go to Kalyani Shankar. Kalyani Shankar, let's begin with the battle in Assam. Is it a foregone conclusion, or do you really think Gaurav Gogoi has, might just pull off a huge surprise?
Well, you see, Gaurav Gogoi is, really working hard, no doubt about that. But then BJP also is working too hard to retain the state. So we don't know who will, get the maximum number of votes. Only when the voting boxes are open, then only we will know about it. What is the real state? But as of now, the gap between the Congress and the BJP in Assam is not too narrow. No, it's quite large. So whether Gaurav Gogoi will be able to cross the mark, I think it's a little doubtful as of now. And in my opinion, wherever the regional satraps are there, they are maintaining their states. You see, like Mamata Banerjee, even if the predictions are right, Mamata Banerjee will keep her Bengal, then Tamil Nadu, DMK will keep it, and then Kerala, LDF or UDF, one of the two, both are opposition to BJP. One of them will get it. Puducherry, of course, NDA can get it, possibly.
Okay.
So Assam also is predicted.
Oh, status quo ante. So Gautam Mukherjee, is that what you're suspecting? That we come out on the 29th of April and it's everything the same? Mamta is in Bengal, Hemanta is in Assam, potentially Pinarayi stays on in Kerala and Stalin stays on in Tamil Nadu. Nothing much changes.
Well, the big thing, I think Assam will certainly go to the NDA. The gap is too huge. Gogoi, of course, will win his seat and be in the opposition. As far as West Bengal goes, my hope this time is that the BJP will form the government. It will get just a few seats above the halfway mark, and there's going to be a major drop in Mamata Banerjee's seat count. She'll still have about 130. She will be still a force. The TMC will still be a force in West Bengal. And that is why that you've got the central forces.
Okay, but Gautam Mukherjee, that's what everybody thought last time. And Mamata Banerjee, not that easy to write off. So that's what people thought last time. It didn't happen. What do you think is different this time?
This time, she's not done anything different from her previous 2 terms. It is unlikely she'll get yet another term, or is it 3 terms and going into the 4th, I forget. She's just been there forever without doing very much for Bengal. She does work only for her cadres and for her ministers, and there's enormous corruption, enormous problems of law and order and so on, and I think people are fed up. And Bengal has a habit of either being all in or all out. Now, they threw out the left after many, many years, 30 plus years, 36, I think, and they've never looked back. They've never sort of tried to bring them back. They hardly win a seat now. Congress before it, and now Mamata Banerjee's turn. She'll go into oblivion after this election.
All right. Mamata Banerjee has sent the Congress into oblivion, a party she used to belong to, in Bengal. She sent the left into oblivion. I won't write her off very easily. Okay, people have written her off in the past as well, and you never know. But could there? So I don't think Gautam Mukherjee is saying that she disappears, but he says, okay, the BJP has a better chance. The issue, of course, being that
has a chance to just get over the halfway mark.
yeah, but yeah, the issue, of course, being that that's what many people thought last time around as well. And yes, it would be the fourth time she's becoming the chief minister if she were to win. 2011, 2016, 2021, 15 years are over, and here she is again, still a force to be reckoned with. Let me get Yamuna Pathak into this conversation. Yamuna ji, so let me take on the larger picture issue over here. Let's start with in Assam. Gaurav has been sent to fight the elections. He's already representing the Congress in the Lok Sabha. Is this just a referendum on Hemanta? Is this what it is? Because it seems like more of a local election. I can't see a national flavor in this at all. If you look at the subjects that have been doing the rounds, it's about eating beef and Wyoming companies. I don't know how many of these are actual voter issues. So is this just about a referendum of Hemanta?
No, it's not just exactly like that, because there are a lot of other aspects which really matter here. Here, if you talk about what could be the NDA strength for this election in Assam, is basically, first and foremost, there is no anti-incumbency, which we need to really agree to this point, because there is still, there is you could see a strong centralized leadership prevailing in Assam. And apart from which, apart from these narratives, there are the matters which are about national security and border narrative, which has been strongly carried by NDA for Assam. And also look at the welfare and the infrastructure messaging which happening in Assam. And also still there is an organizational dominance which is prevailing in Assam. So these are the things, where we could definitely see a political consolidation in Northeast India. Basically, for even we can look out for a very positive, optimistic note for the third consecutive term also. So here there are two things, which is one is, as what you said, the Himanta Biswa Sarma's BJP-led NDA, and at the same time, even we cannot rule out the possibility of Congress-led opposition alliances also have its own hold, because if you look at what are the challenges? What Congress could see here is a fragmented opposition base in Assam, and also matching to the BJP's grassroots machinery. So still Congress have long way to get into these.
Yeah.
And also the leadership credibility gap is also which we could see here in Assam about Congress is concerned.
Okay, so we've seen a very interesting trend, right? 2025, the trend told us two things. It told us that the overarching national issue is no longer the voting factor in the states. The states were voting for state issues. Okay.
Yes.
And number two, it told us that there are a bunch of people who have bought in. It's been 12, 13 years, but after 12, 13 years, they've bought in that it's better to have the same government at the state and the center. They don't like the fight. Okay. That's what 2025 told us. That might not be the lesson of 2026. It certainly won't be in Tamil Nadu, okay, where I don't see an alternative to Stalin. I don't think the voters see an alternative to him either. And in Kerala, yes, there is an alternative, but it's a non-BJP alternative. Now, you can argue that the BJP will increase its vote share. 1 in 10 Keralites vote for the BJP. Okay? People forget that. They'll have 11% vote share. But you need it to be 1 in 5 to start winning seats. So that makes a difference. So let me get Preeti into this conversation. Preeti, in a practical sense, what's the issue? Because I don't see an overarching national security, the war in the Gulf or China. We've had so many overarching national issues in elections in the past. It seems that the Assam election is a separate election. The Kerala election is a separate election happening in its own microcosm. They're not exactly interrelated. So what is this election then about?
Definitely, this election is different than whatever is happening in other states, because this state has its own demands. It has its own demands to be fulfilled, because it's mostly tribes and communities who stays here. tribal communities are there. It's a tribal population which is mostly dominant in this state. So the indigenous community here has their own demands. Particularly if we talk about the infiltration is a huge issue, and also recently in the month of December we saw huge violence in massive amount of violence in Kheroni in Karbi Anglong. I keep saying on this again and again because there was huge, where we saw a few non-indigenous people who, it is a 6th schedule protected area, but there few non-SMEs, non-indigenous people came in and shouted slogans like the Karbi Chini go back. So that was something that the indigenous people were triggered about. So when we see about the politics now, since in the last few days, we have in the last few months, it was very clean sweep clean victory for NDA, if we have to say. But in the last 2 months, it has a little bit, a little amount, we can say it has changed. Opposition as a whole, when they actually after meetings, they decided to come together. The three Gogois, Akhil Gogoi, Lurinjyoti Gogoi, and along with that Gaurav Gogoi. These three Gogois, when they finally came to a decision of coming together in opposition, then it was too late already. But yeah, after that, people have shown some kind of belief in the opposition, and especially what I have to say is that I'll have to say that the people who are impacted by the things being said by the people in the ruling party only. The opposition was not much a factor, but they are being made a factor by the ruling party. If I have to say, then I have to say about Himanta Biswa Sharma's comments in the last few days, the attacks being made on the opposition. Opposition was not as strong as it is happening to be now, but they have been made strong by the versions, by the speeches, by the actions of the leaders in NDA government. Basically,
in any government which has been there for 10 years, there are always some people who are unhappy and frustrated. Anti-incumbency is a real thing, okay?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
those
of course,
people have to be
course.
convinced that there is a better option, okay? That it is better than the devil you know, than the devil you don't. I don't know if that convincing aspect is readily apparent at this point of time, that that option is available, and Gaurav Gogoi will have to do that convincing. He'll have to be the face of it. Having a united opposition helps, but he'll have to face of it. He'll have to be. He's a charismatic guy. He's had a good stint in Parliament, where he's played very important positions with shoulder to shoulder with Rahul Gandhi. But it's been a sign of the times. The Congress has been down and out everywhere, not just in Assam. In fact, his constituency is the place where, a few years ago, the Congress was counting the few seats that they had, the 40-50 seats they had in the country. So every seat really mattered at that point of time. So let's pick up the broader question. But before that, speak of him. Some of my colleagues chatting with Gaurav Gogoi. Let's listen in.
सर आप कितना कॉन्फिडेंस फील कर रहे हैं?